Paint Night Podcast is about getting to know the artist behind the painting. Our mission is to provide a platform where artists come together to create art and share their stories. Thank you for joining us and supporting the arts.
Yay!
Mic is on.
Oh, damn, like right there.
You're right there.
Sweet. He's like dressed up a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Great. It's gonna be a fun night, guys.
Sounds good?
Yeah, it does.
All right. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna fix the filter on mine. So welcome to Paint Night, guys.
Welcome.
We have our friend Miller joining us today.
She's been really super quiet now.
We'll be alright here in about, I don't know, how long you see this podcast is?
An hour. So
Around a 45-minute mark. I
right,
should perk up a little
that's
bit.
usually how that works.
Anxiety subsides.
Yeah, I usually loosen up about that time. I'm like, ooh, it's cigarette time.
Yeah, right.
We're lucky enough to be painting at Zero Tattoo.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna fix a few things on our cameras. It seems to be a little too much contrast.
So what do you guys usually talk about when you do these things?
Usually
Whatever.
butt stuff.
Awesome.
Did you say butt stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one we did.
I talked a lot about butt stuff.
Butt stuff is pretty rad.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
It's really whatever comes to mind. Sometimes we'll talk about like what we're working on and how we're doing, or how we're applying our techniques and such.
or what got us what we're doing. See, at least my idea behind this whole thing was just to get the stories that we normally talk about while we do paintings. You know what I mean? Like, I'm usually talking about dead babies and raccoon fetuses and shit like that.
That's the first I heard.
Cool with that? Cool with
Well,
that?
I mean, you know.
Alright, like that, I was drunk for most of the way.
Sometimes
I couldn't even tell you what we were talking about last time we played together.
it's true.
Yeah, that's real.
I think we talked a lot about how art was the theories between like how math is art and how it's not math. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I've been struggling with that a lot lately. Like philosophical math. What the fuck?
right? Yeah. Amen.
Alright.
But math is kind of like, I mean, if you break everything down to the most rudimentary, like, aspect of it, everything is
Yeah, it's pure.
relates to art or math. Which,
Yeah, that's the struggle though. Is like you learn just enough of the math part, and then you're like, wait, my formulas are off. My calculations are wrong.
yeah.
So it's almost like something you gotta learn to and then forget quickly.
Yeah.
Or at least to me, you know what I mean? Like
No,
I
no.
don't ever break out like the percentage color temperature charts or anything. You know?
Right. Yeah.
For a hot minute though, I was like
But when
on
you
that tip.
when you get into it, like, that consumes everything.
Yeah, it takes all the fun out of it.
Sometimes, like, it almost feels like, oh, I've got secrets. You know what I mean? Like, I love having that. Like,
Secrets.
yeah, I mean, I love where it's like going through and going, well, did you know that, you know, you could have this gray and this gray, but this one's cold? You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I got on a huge like harmonic division thing for a while. That was like, yeah, like I was like, oh well, the color's got to be able to do that too. You know?
Yeah.
It was terribly unproductive.
Yeah, and it's the same as anything else where you just get so wrapped up in it, you lose sight of why you started
Do
digging
it in the
into
first
it.
place.
Yeah.
Uh oh. Can't see anything. I'm wearing these old man readers, so.
The cheaters.
Yeah. Actually, that's weird. Like, I bought these years ago, and then, like, I was like, oh, I'll just wear them once in a while. Now I'm actually like, damn, they were working. So, that's not good.
Fuck, now I have to.
Yeah.
We're at the Zero Tattoo. We got Buddy Miller painting with us.
That cold air.
And some music would hit the spot.
Yeah, I mean, you can turn on some just on low volume, just so YouTube doesn't catch it. They will start muting things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
If it catches a song that
Fucking
it
Nazis.
recognizes, right? I feel
Instagram
like
will do it too.
Will it?
Yes.
No way.
It won't let you upload certain things if music's in the background. I went to, I was making a video of an arm and I didn't hit mute, on the video. And I think Deadpool was playing in the background. And they were like, oh, nope, sorry.
No kidding.
Even movies? Damn,
Yep.
I didn't know that.
They're like, get rid of it. Like, holy shit. Let me try that again.
I feel like if you give credit after the video, it should give you like time to give credit after the video, and then that's fine. But
They don't care about credit. They want money.
I know.
The only credit they're interested in is...
Yeah, Federal Reserve notes.
Right? That's not real money anymore.
That's
Trying
true.
to get
Well,
rid
yeah,
of
it hasn't
that.
been since 1913. Don't get me fired up on that, buddy. We'll have a whole different case with YouTube, that's for sure.
But that's reality.
Yeah, speaking of shit that could consume you real easy.
Oh, dude. There was a solid 2 years that every conspiracy theory I was just digging to the bottom of. Like, how far can I fucking follow that rabbit down?
Yeah, what's crazy, though, is you can end them all at the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but then I'm going to go ahead and fucking pull this trigger.
sweet.
Who's above the Federal Reserve? What's up, baby?
Yeah, like, dude, I hung out with like another super hardcore conspiracy dude. And he was always like, dude, yeah, because it's the same kind of line of thought. He was like, don't even worry about it because the people that you're thinking you should be worried about, I mean, like, worry about the people you don't know their names. You can find all the Federal Reserve chiefs, like, all the way down the line, all the way from, I mean, like, it's no joke. Like,
Who are they answering to?
right.
That's the
Yeah, that
scary
guy's
thing.
name's never going to be in the paper. I hope we caught that piano. I think that'd be funny. Whoosh. Sweet.
That's the sound that you'll hear after my funeral. Flush this turd. Let's go home. Drink some beer.
What happened to it?
No, I really.
Viking funeral
No, I
to
totally.
swirl down the-
That's
the
for
toilet.
that's for real. I want a Viking funeral. So if anybody is out there, if I die and you're still around, make sure.
Sure, we can do like an Appalachian version where we just kind of like throw you on a canoe and like
Dude,
fill
that's
it full
fine.
of like firewood.
Well, and I was even thinking of like logistics of it all. I'm like, just have me cremated, and I'll make sure before I'm dead, I'll buy a fucking Viking model or build one. I've already started one.
Really?
Build one, yeah.
That's impressive.
That way you could put my ashes in it, put it in a pond, fucking mud puddle for all I care. I'm already dead, but like
2 hours. You got another appointment? Wow. Burning some midnight oil.
love his moxie.
Moxie.
He's got moxie.
I'm glad he let us use this place. Super awesome.
Matt is an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's
Now that
see.
he's not here, Matt Carlisle is the best.
But you can't say it to his face.
Well, no.
It's part of the code.
Is there a code?
I don't know.
I don't know. I tell people I love them all the time. And especially when I find out, it freaks them out. My dad.
Like when they get uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like
Freaks
when
out
it,
your dad?
maybe a little bit. And it's not like it freaks him out. Because, like, I grew up just that like German farmer kind of like, you know, I love you. You don't need me to say it. You know, it's like it's kind of that bro thing, you know, where you're just like, you drink out of the bottom of my beer, you know, when you're a kid, like, dad loves you, dad takes care of you, but you don't need to say the words, right? Because it's that, like, it's not really shown, you know, through the generations, so it's harder to say, I think. So now, like, throughout my travels and my growing and all that stuff, I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm like, yeah, I fucking love you. Like, I love you to death. Like, if I feel it, I feel it, and I'll tell you. Because the last thing I want to do is ever have that, like, I wish I woulda. You know what I mean? I don't want the what if, you know, scenario. I've lost way too many friends and was like, maybe they did or maybe they didn't know how I felt about them. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter to them. They're dead, but it matters to me.
Imagine they know on the other side.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of questions answered.
Yeah. So, like, I just started living my life where I was like, I'm just going to fucking say whatever I'm going to say. And if I get my dick punched in for it, whatever. It's worth it.
Damn, where are you hanging out? If you tell anybody they love you, they'll punch you in the dick.
Well, see, I mean,
like, fuck.
You get
That's hardcore, man.
But yeah, so like, I don't mind telling Dad I love him because there's just that little hint, and he's getting better, but there's that little hint of, still uncomfortable. You know, he'll give you a hug with one arm. You know what I mean? Which is awesome.
One arm, better than nothing.
I am way into that, but it's still kind of funny.
Yeah, I do too. That's weird.
That's fine. I think it's low enough.
I'm into it.
Should be low enough. Anyway.
Ghost music. Almost music.
Almost music.
What are you working with today? Acrylics?
Uh-huh. For the first time in like 5 years, maybe?
Really? I haven't really used much oils in like forever. I feel like acrylics, it's easier to me because it dries a lot faster, so I'm able to do a lot more than. And Toby tells me, well, Toby, tell how you paint and then you wait after a while, right? Like you paint one layer and then you wait, or you bake it, which I
with oils, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in, the way I paint is always layers, and I did that with acrylic because they would dry so fast that like.
Yeah, you can just keep moving.
Yeah, you just.
See, that's
it
what
was
I like.
nice. Yeah, and I love that.
And oils make me itch for some reason. Yeah.
Stop drinking them.
Crazy part was I wasn't drinking when I was using them.
No, drinking them.
Drinking them? Oh.
Yeah. It's the lead. Your jaw starts hurting. We're in trouble.
All right, you got it.
Yeah, you could be sensitive to something in it.
I think so too. It wasn't like as annoying. It was annoying, but it wasn't anything like I got rashes or anything. It was just more of like it made my skin itch, and somehow I would always get it on me, even though I think, oh yeah, I'm safe. I'm like playing it safe and trying to like use the big old brushes to like keep it as far away from me as possible. And I'll leave the class and it was like on my face or like on the back of my arm, which has never touched the canvas or the palette. So
to be fair though,
oils go everywhere.
Yeah, that and before we showed up here, we had a plate of broccoli, and somehow you started to walk out of the room. And I was like, "Wait a minute, come here!" And she had a sprout of broccoli hanging out of her hair. I'm like, "Wow, whoa, dude!"
It's kind of impressive, actually.
I know, right? That's
like,
all time.
all right.
Yeah, you know, that shit didn't start. I was a clean cleaner. I was a clean artist, and then I took oil painting, and then everything gets on me now.
I'm wearing a fucking smock.
I
Like
know,
a little
you're
old lady.
smart. I kind of came to the point though where I was like, it's gonna get everywhere in there. Like all my clothes are gonna get stained, all my clothes are gonna get paint on it. That's why I don't spend $100 on like anything. Like all my clothes, thrift stores,
Nothing.
stuff, nothing.
Hell, nowadays people buy painted pants for $100.
Dude, that shit cracks me up, man.
I'm like, shit, just be a tattoo artist. Your shoes will be all splattered and jeans like that. I was like, whoa, shit.
That would have just been par for the fucking course, dude. Like, huh, are you trying to paint? Nope. Painting goes, nah, see you later.
So you were saying earlier that like you're kind of working in this style, or at least trying to get to the point where it's like minimalist strokes, right?
Yeah, and I guess just kind of building the confidence in the paint handling to where you're just like, boom, you know what I mean? Like you were talking about Gaucher or whatever,
just like
how it hits is how it rides.
One stroke and that's it. I love paintings like that, and I would love to get to that point, but I am such a fucking perfectionist.
Dude, I feel you. I'm surprised I haven't worn holes in canvases just working them to death. Dude. And then at the end of it, I'm like, that wasn't even the right thing I was supposed to be stressing about.
Right, yep. I wasn't even going to work on that part tonight.
I feel like that's a good practice though, because then that makes you think more on how you're putting your paints down a bit better than just like going into it and then layering, because I kind of do the same thing you do a little bit with layering it and just adding the details after I add the general, where it's laying the
foundation
as fast as possible. It's like you have to think all of them at the same time.
Every movement. I wish I knew the term. I'm horrible at it, but it's where every stroke counts.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the minimalist. You want to do the most effect with the least amount of energy, or effort. So it's strategically placing everything where it needs to be.
Right, that kind of goes back to that math science thing, though. You know what I mean? Like, you get that ingrained, and you're like, oh, just you know?
Yeah.
I know. Some people can play chess against computers and win.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people can keep their bank account.
Yeah, right? Like, some people balance checkbooks, man. There's all kinds of weird stuff out there.
Like, I think I got enough. I'll check.
Yeah, right? One more beating and it won't hurt.
Okay, that's not too bad. I was just checking the vent back behind us. I like the blue.
This is just keep, I don't know. I'll just keep throwing paint on it until it either stops working or makes it look something cool. So I was sitting there talking about that technique and shit, but infinitely easier with oils, I feel like, honestly. Also, I didn't do like a, what do they call that, where you wash it in first? Underpainting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie Wildchild's like strategic strokes and then stroke it, Toby. I do my best. I do my best handiwork off camera.
Who doesn't, man? Who doesn't?
A bathtub, surrounded by candles.
Cans of Spam. Oh wait, that was just me? That was just me?
I mean,
Didn't mean to be inappropriate.
I like the jelly. I mean, fan of Spam.
Hey, it's keto, man.
Just not. It's keto.
I went to a music festival and lived off of it for 2 days.
Oh.
Yeah, just straight Spam because it was the only thing at the whole festival that could be considered keto.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a hard eat, man. Especially at a music festival. You're like, oof. If I don't eat this, I'm going to die, probably. But if I do eat it, I might die too.
At that point, it's, do you want to die with a full belly?
Yeah, right? Well, what do you want to die from? Like, exhaustion or sodium content? 50-50, I'll take one for this.
Yeah.
Take the chances.
Depends on how much water you have.
That's true.
Still here, somehow.
I feel like that's the theme for most artists. We're still here somehow. We
Hey.
don't know how. We
Didn't
did.
die. It's all right.
Life is good-ish.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite sayings when somebody's just railing on about like how hard their life is or how bad this situation was that they just went through. I'm like, yeah, but did you die? No? All right. Well, fuck, it wasn't that bad. They're gonna take my house. Ah, fuck, they make new ones.
That's real.
Don't get me wrong. There's still a
Oh, yeah, there's some
powerful
uncomfortable
suck
shit
to
out
it.
there, dude.
Yeah, there's a powerful suck to it, but
Powerful suck. Is that what you said?
yeah. We just getting started. Yeah, many more.
What festival did you go see?
Electric Forest. Entirely too old for that.
Oh my god, that's so
I went 2 years in a row.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Sounds like a party.
It was. It was definitely a party. And I definitely learned I'm too fucking old for that. I think like the 15th hour of just like raw sun exposure on the 4th day.
Ooh.
Just pushed. Yeah, I was just like, dude, I am 41 years old. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, at least you get to live and experience.
Oh yeah, I mean I wouldn't trade it, but I don't think I'll be going back next year.
Fair enough.
Hell, I felt that way about punk rock bowling. I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I'm way too old for this shit.
Did you see the lineup for Anarchy Camp?
No, I seen that they're doing it again, and I was like, oh, fuck. Do I want to look? I'm gonna be
It looks all right.
bummed. So I'm gonna go. Do I really need to spend a couple $100 on tickets for a bunch of bands that I've seen already?
I think that's why I'm going to do that this year because I haven't really seen a lot of those guys.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was super bummed when NoFX got banned last year. I was like, what? I'm just like destined not to see them. I
That
missed
was
them every
last
time.
minute bullshit too.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of why I like Fat Mike.
I thought it was
He
like-
doesn't give a fat baby stick. He don't care.
Dude, I just don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, why would you go to an NoFX show and then be like offended
Yeah.
by anything? It's just like, whoa. I mean, I get. I'm
Obviously.
sorry to anybody who was offended, but
I'm not.
Sorry, not
yeah, like, I mean, you're at a fucking punk rock show, man. Like,
What do
Yeah.
you expect?
Well, that's like going to Marilyn Manson concert and then getting pissed off that
it
he
offended
says,
your Christian sensibilities. or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
You know?
You mean he doesn't believe in
God, what?
Yeah, what? He just ripped up the Bible. That's ridiculous. Get your
Yeah, kick him off
purse.
his own tour. Like, what?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Is that what happened to this set?
Yeah, they made a
No,
pretty
yeah.
inappropriate joke about the what was the music festival shooters.
Was it?
Well, you
One
can't
shooter
act
guy
like yeah,
from Las Vegas?
yeah, but
Yeah.
you can't like exasperate on that. You're at a NoFX show. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone has the right to say whatever.
I know they used to.
Yeah, well, they still do. People are just butthurt and they take it seriously.
Oh,
It's
did you
not
say
even-
butthurt?
I know. Butts just came into the conversation again. Nah. It's just, I feel like it's a very small amount of people that are just looking for things to complain about. I just wish people would stop listening to them.
Well, sometimes the most dangerous thing you can have is an opinion.
Yeah, and everybody has one.
I try to avoid them these days. Honestly, it's just like, hey, what's your opinion on this? Nothing.
I nod my head and I'm like, uh-huh. I don't know you well enough.
Yeah, surely it's gonna be something offensive. So.
who you can't say it to.
Yep, that's why I just,
I feel like, I think I've come to terms where it's like, if people ask me, I will try to tell the truth, but not like give too much away until like I get to know them more. But other than that, because I know people that, I love my sister, and she's probably gonna get mad at me about this.
oh shit. And then it gets real.
But sometimes, like, when she gets really passionate about things, she'll say something, like, she'll say her beliefs and, like, kind of push it onto other people sometimes. And it's, like, sometimes it's really good and awesome stuff that she's really passionate about, but sometimes it's, like, something she's learned and she wants everybody to, like, follow along the same lines with her. And it's not a bad thing. Well, it can be to an extent, and it's great to learn things, but it's also...
being in that boat when you're in a 9/11 conspiracy hold.
Sounds like the Christian right, though. You know what I mean? Because that's what that is. And no offense to Christians, but let's face it. Like, anybody that is said, very passionate about being their religion or their whatever politics, belief, and all that bullshit. Like, if you don't believe the exact same thing that they do, you're wrong.
Yeah. Well. I don't agree with that, but I like and it's not just Christians, it's like every single circle of everything. There's always, like, those few people that are like, this is the right way.
Yeah.
But there needs to be more people
Muslims.
That are just like,
So that opinion I said I didn't have,
right?
still don't got it.
No, but I'm just speaking on a historical platform.
Yeah, but every single religion has done that. Or everyone to their own sense has their own things.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
The
passionate,
convert or die things.
That's a bit
Pretty
extreme.
religiously isolated.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a couple.
Yeah, and again, I've said this a million times, and I truly believe it. If it makes you a better person, fucking do it. You know what I mean? By all means, I want people to be happy and be the best that they can possibly be. But I don't think that whole, like you were saying, the convert or die, like,
Yeah,
that doesn't add up to the whole, like, you're doing good things. Witch burnings, I don't necessarily, I can't back
burnings
it.
are pretty bad. Sleeping with kids is pretty bad. Like,
Yeah,
a whole lot of things that a lot of people do are just fucked up, dude, and they put it on their religions.
Yep.
Life is suffering.
Humans. Interesting creatures. Humans are the craziest people.
Yeah.
Squirrels are pretty rowdy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're scheming about lately?
Fan of dolphins. They rape.
Bet you squirrels do too, really. Like,
Do they?
I'm sure. I mean, that's a pretty weird thing in nature.
Get a little rapey.
Fuck yeah, dude. Ducks are gross.
Oh yeah.
Like, ducks are downright terrifying. Like,
Yeah.
ugh. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, duck love is not pretty.
Think about that next time you want to buy your kid a duck for Easter.
Yeah, really, dude. Like,
Rapist.
We didn't have a lot of fucking conversations too early, dude.
That's the real problem.
Easter?
Back to the religion thing.
Yeah, right.
Or
Full
ducks.
circle.
I could do without ducks. Yeah, if there was an
Is
animal.
their use?
Food.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Duck eggs are pretty good.
Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, where would those guys be? Come on. Man.
They were hunters, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
They, like,
duck
hunted
calls.
squirrels
They
and
made the duck calls
too.
for
Yeah,
hunters.
that's true. That's what they did. So yeah, they wouldn't exist if ducks weren't a thing. Or it'd probably be just some other thing.
Moose calls. Deer calls.
I don't know if you can call it deer. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet. Now I got something I gotta figure out, dude. I've never heard of that.
A quest
Really?
has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother.
Deer calls?
Deer call, yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, I guess they do have like those bleeding.
It's like,
the
it's almost that,
bleeding
like,
things,
really
guttural,
throaty,
yeah.
like, oh. but high pitch, almost like an elk.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Do that when
Still
they're
gotta figure it out.
in rut.
Mm-hmm.
For those that don't know what rut is, it's when they're
Google it.
Yeah,
horny.
you got the internet now.
Utilize that video watch
For
box.
the ones who are lazy.
Yeah, but if you just want to hear my version of it,
That's true.
it's when they're feeling horny.
Like the most generic dried up blue ever that I found in the bottom of my box, and I'm paying for it right now. It's in struggle mode.
It's looking awesome.
I like the
It's
baby
happening.
blue.
It's happening.
So yeah, that's when I have one way or the other. Let's fight our way through it. That's the first thing I've ever fucked up.
That's true. Toby and I have talked many times about how we would just fucking restart everything.
Yeah, fucking
Paint
bulldoze it.
black.
If it's not going in direction that I know it needs to go, fucking bulldoze it. I don't hesitate anymore.
What do you do? Is like just paint over it or just throw it
Yeah,
away?
fuck yeah, paint over it. There's plenty of artists that you end up.
Didn't, so just gonna go ahead and finish them.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
That's a good
Well, I mean, they're already fucked up. Like, how bad are they, you know? Like,
only get better.
Fuck, what artist was it? I wish I could give credit where it's due, but we'd start off with a brand new canvas and just like slot paint right in the center of it and just smear it around. He's like, there, the canvas is fucked up. I have nothing to lose.
that's fucking awesome.
And I'm like, that's a brilliant way to get over that like empty canvas syndrome. Like,
Oh yeah, I feel you. Like, it terrifies me more than anything. Like, oh, and it's just a white
staring,
field.
yeah,
you know?
staring into the abyss.
In my younger days, I had some buddies that we used to roll around with, and we would burn canvases. Same kind of thing, like
Yeah.
that way, like we wouldn't. It was pretty wild, because then whatever you were creating, like that was it. It wasn't going anywhere. It was
Yeah.
just that moment.
Hell yeah. That sounds like a
pretty
fun
rad.
thing to do.
Super fun, but you know what I mean. Like, well, yeah, I also painted the Sistine Chapel. We burned it though, so. So you missed out. Sorry,
Right.
should have been there.
Next time.
I don't know if I can go back to those days, but you got to be in a special frame of mind to be like, I'm going to burn a 12-hour canvas. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I know in Burning Man they do that. Like,
Oh, man.
well, like they have this whole like.
They're in
temple.
that same mind frame too.
I know
bet.
exactly. Well, I heard stories about how they have this temple where you can bring in like whatever artwork or things you want to get rid of, and basically it's like a sacred thing that people bring, like something of belonging or something meaningful, and they'll put it there. And my friend was telling me about how there would be painters that would make these gigantic, gorgeous paintings, and then at the end of Burning Man, they would burn the whole temple down with everything in it.
that's fucking awesome.
Right?
I was
I
a
want
fan
to
of
it.
burning anything
That's
down,
crazy.
like the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Most of their, like, from what I understand, that's pretty much the theme of everything. They create sculptures there and they will burn it down. Like, they leave no trace, and that's the point of it. And I love it. And it's in the desert, so I'm also like, oh, imagine the kind of freaking awesome.
Sunburn I could get out there. Like, yeah. That doesn't sound fun at all.
And all the
Like,
sand and stuff stuck everywhere. And it's like
I'd
for
probably
a week
die.
too.
Yeah, I'd probably
It's
just
for
die.
a week.
yeah.
But everyone has
It's
their
like-
own camps, and it's like
I
whatever.
went to Burning Man, and I burnt myself down.
Yeah. Like, dude.
My epidermis is completely burnt. It's done.
3rd-degree sunburn. I fall asleep, passed out. God only knows what. I can just see it now. All the stands stuck in the burn. Like,
Oh fuck!
yep. And that's how I spent Burning Man.
Sounds like a wild ride.
I was in the medic tent for 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It would be a wild ride, but it really wouldn't be a wild ride for long.
That sounds way too much like my 20s.
Yeah, that's,
I
that's
already-
where I'm at now, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, why am I? My kid caught me in the kitchen the other night and stayed up all night painting and shit. I'm drinking coffee at like 7:30. He walks by me and I was like, were you up all night? And I was like, yeah. He was like, you look like shit. You're not a kid anymore. And I was like, fuck you. But then I started, I was like, damn, he's right. Man, my back hurts. I don't feel very good. Craving the early bird special over at the fucking diner.
Oh.
Toby does that all the time.
You know, all-nighters. But that's why I look like shit.
Yeah, right? Like, it's getting less and less fun to do them, man. Like in my 20s, I'd be like, fuck, all night? I can't wait.
Right.
Now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 10:30? 11? Like, oh. It's a pretty relatively new adjustment, though. Like,
That's, yeah. It's not a bad adjustment.
I guess not. I don't know. I just want to see what I can do, like... Just want to see what I can do, I guess.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, what the fuck?
Dude, if we remain the same, it gets real fucking boring.
Yeah.
You gotta experience as much as you can while you can. At least that's what they keep telling me.
That's what I say, man. I got a pretty impressive list of experiences. I just can't remember most of them.
You know, same here. I wish and I've talked about this a few times, I want to get a bunch of guys together that I used to work with and just record the stories, because there's a lot of times, like, I'll hear stories and I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot all about that.
Well, at least you can say you forgot about it. I'm always just like, what? Nuh-uh. You don't say.
There's a few of those stories that, yeah. I'm like, no, I didn't. No. Oh.
That's not even physically possible, sir. I resent the implication.
You got tape. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, thank God there wasn't cell phones back then.
Fuck. Dude, I'm so grateful for that.
Oh, I'd still be in prison for most of it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. A few times I was on tape, it was usually because I was in the back seat of some car.
Did it have blue and white lights on the top?
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple times in my younger days.
The rave cars. Look at that car. It's raving.
Rave cars?
Yeah, police
in
cars.
the right mindset.
Yeah.
Yep, the flashing
Like
lights.
it's all top. There's no bass in that one. Just turn it, pull over, let it go by. Just go by.
Sir, we've been sitting behind you for 10 minutes.
I know. I was waiting for you to go
Yeah.
by. Waiting for the bass to kick in, dude.
We were coming back from a party one night and got pulled over. And I mean, like, dude, there was just no way in hell anybody in that car should have been driving. We got pulled over and we're all, like, talking to each other, hiding our stuff. We're like, okay, well, this is it, guys. We're going to be down for life together. Like, we're going to prison, for sure. Cop comes up, shuts the gas tank, like, thing, like the lid, just goes, boop. Gets back in his car, pulls out around us. We were like, holy fuck, that just happened.
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
It should have been one of those, like, I'll never do that again. Yeah, right?
It was like, fuck, yes.
For the rest of the summer, it was awesome.
Right. That's fucking fantastic. My younger days, I never seen any of those situations. I'm sure there's plenty of those situations that happened to me. I just wasn't fucking with it enough to know. But it was always like, I always got hassled by some dumb shit. But I totally deserved it.
I think the one time I've seen inside a police car, it's ridiculous, but I was coming home late night from my friend's house after drinking a lot and smoking a lot, so I was crossfaded, and then the cop pulled me over because my lights weren't on.
Yep, dead giveaway.
Well, I didn't know. I could see fine. Like, I didn't know. And he pulled me over, and I opened the car door because the window was fucked up and it wouldn't go down. And I forgot that I smoked the previous day with my friend in the car. And I opened it up, and I couldn't smell it at that point, so it wasn't really a lot. And he's like, ma'am, I can smell the weed in your car. You're going to have to get out. I forgot there was a whole gram in there. I forgot that I had it stashed in there for when I drove around, like drove long distance to home. I would smoke a little bit and drive because I think it's really great. I forgot I had it in there, and the first thought I was like, damn it, why didn't I remember that was in there? I was looking for weed all this week, but...
That's always the worst, man. It's like when you're having all the conversations with yourself afterward.
Oh man, but I got out, he handcuffed me, 3 other police cars came in, and they searched my whole car, and I forgot I also had this, where the gram was in this little medicine box full of unnamed pills. So
fuck, Allie.
So there's a bunch of small pink pills and a bunch of other, and I told them, and they were like, we found these other pills in your car, or he was all like, are you sure you want to, he's like, are you sure there's nothing in your car? And I'm like, yes, I'm sure, but in a hesitant way, because I forgot that my friend also gave me LSD, and I wasn't sure if it was in my jacket pocket or not.
Is it this kind of podcast? We just talk about all this shit?
Yeah.
All right, then. I mean, finally down, we're dealing with something.
Remember
Luckily,
to click and subscribe.
They handcuffed me, put me in the car, had 3 police officers search my whole car, they found those pills, and I was like, luckily I remembered what they were. I was like, yeah, it's the Walgreens, like HEB allergy medicine that my mom gave me.
Nice save.
Yeah, well, they were able to find it. It wasn't really anything. It was those, but the police officer that put me in handcuffs and put me in the back of the car, the guy was like, are you okay back there? And I was like, yeah, this is just really interesting, because I was crossfaded, and I was like, I've never experienced this before. I'm like, am I going to go to jail? I'm like, I've never been in trouble before. Like, I've never gotten pulled over for anything really before.
So cute. It's so different when you're a girl. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's a different perspective.
Where that story's going is like never how it goes for me.
Well, then, but also that day I decided I looked way more tattooed because I had a certain type of henna that was black, and I put it all over, like even on my face, like there were patterns. So I looked like.
Once again, that's never how it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then, luckily, the police officer that put me in the car, he took me out and unhandcuffed me, and he showed me the little ground. He's like, I'm gonna throw this on the ground, and you're gonna stomp on it, and you're not gonna carry me in your car ever again. He's like, the other police officers don't agree with me, but he's like, I know you can smoke, but just don't bring it in your car. And I'm like, all right, cool, that's fine.
Wow.
Let me go. I didn't get in trouble. He
That's
didn't write
awesome.
me up. He didn't do anything.
Yeah. I have never experienced that. Now, I've heard stories just like that by other girls.
But
I
see,
have, like,
in San Marcos, it's a party college town, a small party college town, that most people don't really get in trouble if you tell them the truth. Whereas I told them, I'm like, I totally forgot I had that in there, like legitly. And if you don't put up a fight and you tell them exactly what you have, they won't get after you. Really what they're looking for is people who are dealing. If they're dealing, then they like get you in trouble for it. But if you're not, they usually let you go. But I was lucky because
it's a different world from what I
to begin with.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up, Toby?
Northwest Ohio, by Lima.
Okay. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
So flat out there.
Yeah. Lima and Bellefontaine.
Okay.
Logan
that's
County
like
does
small
not
town,
like
small town rural
Yep.
areas.
Where most of the sheriffs are people that you went to school. All the kids that got picked on. So
Become law enforcement?
Yeah, so they
Been
just
there.
beat the shit. Well, yeah, I mean, I've taken a few beats from a sheriff.
Yeah, I have
there.
too, boy.
Uh,
I tried to get my brother out of a DUI in Daytona Beach once, and by saying I was driving, and the cop was like, "Yeah, no, you weren't. We saw him driving," and I was like, "Well, prove it. What are you gonna do?"
Yep.
Another cruiser pulled up. I was like, "Oh, this will be all right." I was a pacifist at the time, so I just put my hands behind my back, and they beat the living fuck out of me, dude. It was crazy. That was like, whoa, violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? The state got their money out of that DUI, one way or the other, because I think I ended up paying like $3,500 to get out of it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah, it was felony resisting arrest with violence. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was pretty gnarly. And that's also how I learned my lesson. Like, just don't fuck with them.
Yeah. Some of those lessons, you only need to learn once.
That's super real.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, I was like, what?
You shut your mouth.
I think I saw your mom reply what she said.
Oh, stay out of Logan County. Yeah. Unfortunately, anytime I have to go back home to visit, I have to go through Logan County. So I drive through it as fast as humanly possible.
Yep,
that will keep them off my
that's
trail.
right.
For sure.
Well, I mean, you do got charger, you know.
That thing is loud though.
Which one?
I don't think the cops listen for it, though. You know, if you get them on a run.
They're behind you no matter what. There was a time I went in, I had just gotten that, it was in 2008, no, it was like 2009. I had just bought the house up north by Waldo, and I was taking back roads all the way to see my folks. So, and Challenger was new, so I just wanted to open it up, and it was right at that time when all the cops were getting Chargers. So like, there's still a lot of Crown Vics and shit out there, but the sheriff department was just starting to get Chargers. Well, I was on some back road and just hammering shit, like just 110, 120, and I seen a fucking Charger coming up like the other way. And I was like, oh, whatever. And I blew past him, or we passed each other, and it was a sheriff, and it was two of them. They turned around and they did the Batman turns, no lights, but they flipped around and followed me. And I was like, they caught up to me and they just kept going, and I was waiting for the lights, and I wasn't going to slow down because I was like, fuck it.
Yeah,
whatever.
they already got you if they're going to
Yeah.
get you.
So I just kept at it. And like there was points where we were going 90, 100 miles per hour, and they were following me. Made it all the way back to the house. I pulled into my driveway, and they just like kind of slowed down and then just took off. And I was like, that was the funnest fucking run ever. It was like, it was almost like having permission.
Yeah, kind of. That's one thing my little brother used to say to me. Like he's, I don't know, he's like an amateur Duke boy.
Nice.
Yeah, kind of.
But
yeah, that was always his thing too. He's like, if they pass you going the other way, just stay on it.
Yep.
Because, you know, if nothing else, you're going to be at least that much length ahead of them.
Yeah. Look for a turn off road, and and I knew all the back roads, so I was like, I can find my way around.
So what'd you think about living in Waldo?
It was all right. I liked it for the time. I went back not too long ago just to see, you know, the place, and just like anywhere else, everything changes so much. But it was fun. It was good for the experience of owning a home and doing the married thing and not having kids, and having a pet instead, and just getting a taste for that life. And I was like, okay, that was cool. You know, it's not exactly a bad thing. Like, I enjoyed it, and if it happens in the future, that'd be cool. If not, that's cool too.
Waldo's kind of a small town though, right?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
That's what I was more curious. Like, it's the.
I grew up in like 2 miles outside of a village called Blackins, and it's super, super, super small. So like, I grew up where everybody's family knew everybody. I'm pretty sure some of them are kind of all related, but You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
it's those names that never change. Like,
somebody's name's on the bank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's like Blazing Saddle. Everybody's last name's Johnson. Howard Johnson is right. No, but I mean that was awesome for that time. I'm not necessarily like a small town kind of person.
Not these days, buddy.
No. I have too many opinions. I actually believe
I have too
in
many fucking brain cells left.
Yeah.
Not knocking all the small timers out there, because like, I'm from the hills, but it's just rough down there now, man. Like all those small towns have just been overrun. Moved back to my hometown for a little while.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was like, oh man, it's gonna be great. Good old country living. It was horrible. Horrible. It was
Really?
like living in the hood, man.
Oh, fuck.
It's like the hood with hay bales.
Oh, that sucks.
Like you said, everything.
But you're gonna have that no matter what. No matter where you're at, you're always gonna have that.
Yeah, I guess I could just do it without the hay bales.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still hopeful one day, like, I will live on the side of a mountain somewhere, surrounded by woods, in a cabin, and my nearest neighbor will be 5 miles down the road. That would be fantastic to me.
Yep, that's pretty much where I'm aiming for myself.
I don't know if that exists, but
Oh, sure it does.
I'm sure it does too. But
It has to. You can't take that from me, Toby.
No. I don't want to take it away from me either. But it's one of those things where it's like, I think it's more of a dream, and I have to have that like going, kind of like the Loch Ness Monster. Like, I need to believe that there's the Loch Ness Monster out there to make my life magical, just like my castle on the side of a mountain somewhere exists. I just have to find it.
Or build it. I've been looking at like mud brick building and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Or hell, I was even looking at those canvas tents with the wood burning stoves in them.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I mean, a yurt. I don't give a shit what the
Yeah.
keep the snow off me.
Fuck, at that point, I would just get like, I would love to build a hobbit house.
Yeah, I've seen,
You know what I
a
mean?
lot of people do those kind of stuff. Or those kind of
Or
things.
those earth ships or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do that on the side of a mountain somewhere.
Ooh.
You just truck in a bunch of the
Whatever,
dirt and
yeah,
stuff.
whatever
and
you're building it out of.
Yeah.
There's a school to build earthships, apparently. Like, people legit spend a lot of time to go do that.
I think they can only be
New Mexico,
built.
that's
Yeah, I was
where
about to say. I think they're
Yeah.
pretty much like drier climate stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because I met an earthship builder when I was in Taos last winter. And he was telling me that people go there to learn how to do it because it's a possible new way to help people who don't have a lot of money to self-sustain, like a
Right.
self-sustaining home that they could stay in without a lot of money, because it was very expensive to live in the towns.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of people that lived out there, and it was like a lot of space in between each one of them. And then I partied in an earthship at an after party that was
Oh, yeah?
fucking great. Yeah, okay, but like I went to there was a poster for a show for I think it was the winter solstice EDM like party scene kind of deal. And I went there and I met a girl
Dallas, that
named
sounds fucking
Galaxy who was a DJ. And she was like, yeah, I was telling her about how this guy was telling me about earthships, and I was like, yeah, I really want to see one day. And she's like, oh, our after party's in an earthship, and you're totally welcome to follow us right afterwards. And I was like, fuck yes. And I went there, and it's one of those earthships you can actually Airbnb. I looked it up, and I really want to go spend a night in it again, because I definitely blacked out at some point during the party, but it was a lot of fun. I went there, and it's like you go in, and it's a whole planetarium full of like green and stuff, and then you go past
Wait,
that layer.
planetarium?
Huh? Like what?
Planetarium?
Planetarium?
Not what do you call it? It's like a green room, not green room, but a
Greenhouse?
Greenhouse room. Yeah. Damn it, I don't mean planetarium. What's planetarium?
Don't worry, I'm sure the
Just-
internet's out there right now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we got you guys. We got you.
Right? No, but it was a section.
Did they have laser lights? Sorry.
If they did, I don't remember.
But today, the EAM show had a good
I
chance.
know. They knew how to party. It was great. And actually, that gave me the idea to go to Phoenix because they were doing this whole tour thing. But they had this green room kind of deal for the first layer, and then you go in, and it's like 3 sections of rooms. Like one was the